Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the focus right now is on natural gas prices, which have seen a declining trend for most of 23 and 2024 as well. If you look at the charts, actually, it still is down 30% in last 1 month or so. But today, the prices are up by nearly 7%. Can be profit-taking because most of the fundamentals still are slightly on the weaker side. So focus is on natural gas right now. And joining us to talk further about that is Kunal Shah from Nirmal. Kunal, hi. It has been a one-sided bearish chart for a very long time for natural gas. We've seen a low of 1.55 per MMBTU onto this one as well. Today seems like an aberration, or would you call it a turning around of chart?
Yeah, so today what has happened is that one of the shale oil producer, Chesapeake Energy, has said, one of the major shale driller, said that they are going to cut down the expenditure and cut down the production. They are going to lower their production from 3.43 BCF per day to 2.65 BCF per day. So this is what is going to happen when prices plummet like this. There is no support from weather. The inventory keeps building. The production keeps moving up. So it is the prices right now which is balancing the market, which is going to balance the market. So this is very positive news as far as this is a start of a bottom formation being made in this commodity. I'm not recommending to aggressively go long in it. The fundamental continues to remain bearish, but the fact is more producers can join this because it's no longer viable for producers to keep producing gas at such a low prices. There's no incentive. Europe is not buying aggressively from the US. The export is not very robust. At the time of the starting point of the Russia-Ukraine war was the point where a lot of US gas was moving into Europe. That is not the case right now. Production is at all-time high. Inventories have been piled up and the winter has been warm. 30 years, it is the warmest winter from last 30 years. So all bearish factors have led to this kind of scenario. I think 120, 125 is a bottom for natural gas. And when more producers join Chesapeake Energy and they start cutting the production, gradually you will see uptick in the prices going forward during next 2-3 months.
Okay, so the next 3 months can actually see some support in prices. But as you rightly said, the prices have been too low for too long and we perhaps are near the bottom. But with the kind of backlag that you have in sense of production, which is near record highs, inventories 15% higher for this time of the year. When do you see all of that stabilizing and getting priced in?
I think it is priced in. Okay. If you ask me, these are the point in commodity market. Whenever you see the big producer deciding and announcing production cut, that's the bottom is generally made in commodity market. So if aluminum prices goes by $200 or other commodity prices go below cost of production or near cost of production, nobody is going to produce. It's not profitable for them. So that's the thing. These kind of incidents create generally bottom formation. Again, I'm reinstating, it may take time to move up. It doesn't mean that Chesapeake Energy going out of market means a major supply concern. No, that is not the case. We are in abundant supply. But I think now 120.25, this level should hold. Whenever prices dip again towards 135, 138, 40, these are the time you buy.
It is a smaller commodity. It has been a volatile commodity as well, and it generally tends to move quite different to how crude oil or other commodities move as well. How would you look at the trend formation onto this one? That's part one. And the second is, we've seen it being traded well on MCX, whether it's about futures, even the options seem to be doing quite well. So what would you advise from here on?
I think when you talk about this commodity, it's volatile is a very small word. The way this commodity moves and on weather, basically the major movement takes place. So I think tracking and natural gas from last 15 years, if I go right, I would say I'm a good weather analyst who's predicting the US weather.
Okay.
And I'm a good natural gas analyst. So this requires quite skills and very few people possesses that. So generally we do not recommend retail traders who do one lot, 1.5 lot to trade in this commodity. But like you said, the institutional participation, the FPIs, the mutual funds, all of them have been doing this commodity. Who do not have the worry about they do not worry about the mark-to-market losses and all. These kind of entities are indulged into this activity. Option, in particular in energy, gas, and crude oil, has been the salient feature of the commodity market. The way volumes have moved up in this vertical, a lot of exotic products are being offered by AIFs or FPIs when it comes to crude and natural gas options. So I think the volume of options will continue to rise in this commodity, and more strategies like delta hedging and that kind of strategies, are being deployed, and people are trying to capitalize on option volume.
Kunal, what's your own sense when you say that the bottom formation is close by? You've talked about a risk up to 1.2, 1.25 on the lower side. How would you look at the risk and the reward ratio on the higher side?
So generally, when this kind of scenario takes place, it takes 2 to 3 months for commodity to, find some bottom. And then again, it is all subjective. Let us say if the weather doesn't get colder, okay, or if the last 2 months were hot, then next 2 months, they are colder than last 2 months, then suddenly the consumption will move up. So I think from 300 to 200, 200 to 125, 30. So definitely bottom at those levels. You can't say that it cannot go below 120 or 100. It can, but I think the sanity should prevail. And these are the level to do bottom fishing. Put a stop loss of 110. So if I go wrong, don't catch me that Kunal, you said it. But so I'm giving you a stop loss of 110, and perhaps you can see upside till again, 175, 180. I'm not too optimistic.
Yeah, clearly. What was the all-time high onto this one, Kunal? Because this was very high, 3 digits. I mean, if I remember it rightly, way beyond 500 as well.
Yeah, 600 rupees, Manisha.
600 to 110 is where you expect it to go, to a highest level of 175, 180. So that's really not very bullish. But clearly, as you said, some type of bottom being created here.
Yes, Manisha.
All right, Kunal, thank you as always for joining in and giving us a very deep dive into that fundamentals when it comes to natural gas as a commodity. As he said, from 600 kind of levels, we've seen prices declining to almost 130 right now, can go to 110, but that perhaps would be a buying opportunity for natural gas, a commodity which is very, very volatile.